So today I'm coaching Pablo, the rank 1 Akali, challenger on the NA server. I'm gonna leave the link to his stream down below, twitch.tv, Pablo with an IWR, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's down in the description for those that are interested in some Akali gameplay or some challenger mid lane gameplay. Okay, so I've pulled up the... Do you want to look at the clips first or do you want to look at the games first?
The games first, probably.
Okay. So let's start with the Zoe game. Or which game do you think is better in case we don't have time for both?
I think the Zoe one kind of expresses like the difficulties I'm having better.
Okay, let's do the Zoe one. So the enemies have Darius jungle. Sheesh.
Wait, are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. That is something I need to do. You're right. There you go.
Alright.
Okay. Oh, everyone is swapping positions in champ select. What's going on? Okay. So you're playing versus Zoe. This is actually like a pretty odd matchup because if she makes like one mistake, you can just instantly one-shot her, but for the most part, you should be winning.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Ooh.
And my difficulty is mostly that that she just gets lane prio over you very, very easily.
Yeah.
And well, you'll see.
I'm assuming some funky stuff happened for Skull Crab then.
Well,
yeah, I mean you're doing okay, just last hitting.
she's playing pretty safe, so
yeah. Ideally you don't push this in. You just let her push you in. So you can look for like a play level 3, but this is good too. You're going Conqueror. I actually like it versus the enemy team because they are very tanky.
yeah, that's why I did it. Also, yeah, I didn't really want to push this wave in because I like it when it's on my side, but she's playing so safe, I feel like.
Oh, what the fuck.
I did not expect that even right now.
Even now that you know what's gonna happen, you still didn't expect him to flash on you?
Yeah, I forgot that happened.
That is a crazy thing to do as a jungler, but it's actually really good. Because this, like, destroys your lane pretty much. And all he loses is a flash, which is, like, not that useful on jungle anyway.
And now she has my flash.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna need to find a way to base here pretty much. That should be your main goal when your lane is just doomed like this. Your main goal should just be to find the easiest way to base without losing too much. Because even if you ping Zoe 100 times, a gank here is not a good idea. Like if Kha'Zix ganks here and Darius counter ganks, the entire game is gonna be lost.
Yeah, she's low on mana, so she's not too much of a threat.
I
could just clear this.
I'll give you some tips as like a ranged champion too while we're at it. What she should have done here, right here, is she needs to stop all attacking the minions. So it pushes into her, right? And just try to stop your base. And only if you recall should she push the wave, you know?
Yeah.
But instead she just pushes again for no reason, loses all her mana because she wastes all her mana. And she just gives you like the easiest farm of all time. And she gained nothing from what Darius did. You actually get the perfect recall as well. And you only missed one minion. So this went super well because of Zoe just not playing the wave properly.
Yeah.
And now you want to... No, you're pushing. So right here when you're playing in Zoe, I know that she's roaming, right? And she's going for the Thresh. However, this is the perfect wave for you. Because at best you can get like one plating, right? But these minions are gonna kill all these minions anyway. So you can just keep the wave here forever. You know? And...
Oh, really? Because my first thought when she's roaming is like, I need to push, right? Because that's what I'm used to. I'm not used to holding like a freeze when I see them roaming.
Yeah, usually that's the right decision, right? However, in this matchup, it's so volatile. Like, if you ult her here, she dies 100% of the time, or she has to blow flash and maybe escape, right? So it's actually super good if you're able to ever get a wave like this versus Zoe. So even though she's roaming, I would keep this wave. Because now at most you're going to get like one plating, right? And you can't fight her here because you have no energy. And she came back, she didn't end up roaming either.
Oh, I do zone her off here, though.
Oh, she's trolling. She could have easily walked here. You had no energy to do anything. But I guess like a good Zoe would be like looking at you as you're farming this to see what you've used. So you've used your third ability, you have no second ability. Like even if you ult her, you're gonna waste your ult, right? Yeah. So right here she could easily just walk by with a shield and tank like one first ability. Oh, she's completely trolling this. But I guess you're doing a good job zoning her.
Like, yeah, Darius right there. I don't know why she's so scared.
Yeah. But this year has played really bad so far, but you've played really, really good. Other than, you know, that freeze that you could have done, but even if you don't do it, it's not the end of the world. However, that's the type of situation that you want to get against Zoe so you can get a free kill on her. And that's how you pressure her, right? Yeah, like now it's hard because you have to dodge every skill shot, even though you are dodging them, which is good. This is the situation that you want again. She's created a situation for you again. But here you need to be looking for an ulti. Like even now where she's going to ult, like I already knew what she was going to do. She's going to do first ability ult. You need to be ready to, if you're like a little closer, you can ult and like go back with her, right? Because your ult will go further. So you're going to be right on top of her. And then third ability and she's dead.
Oh, she's actually so dead there too.
Like in these types of situations where Zoe stops showing and there's a couple minions, almost 100% of the time she's going to do first ability, ult first ability. And if you're ready for that, you can look for a kill. Because it's super predictable.
Man, how did I miss that?
I mean, just the matchup, right? As you play against more Zoes, like next time you play against a Zoe, you'll like, watch out for that, you know? What do you rush on Akali now?
Well, in this game I'm doing Rift Maker just because, like we mentioned, they're tanky.
I mean, yeah, but they're not tanky in the early game, you know? I don't really like Riftmaker anymore in Akali. After doing some testing and looking at other Akali players, I strongly believe Oblivion Orb into Death Cap or Infinity Orb into Death Cap is the best build.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I do like 99% of the time. Just like full burst electrocute build, that's what I do. It's just.
Oh yeah, I guess with Conqueror too, it might be a little different. I haven't tried Conqueror too much. Okay, here you're doing good pushing the wave. Okay, so you're roaming self-plates. Oh, no, you're not roaming. Okay, so this matters a lot, so I want to go over it. Right here, as you're pushing the wave, you need to also be looking at the fight. So when you're first ability, right? Now you're all attacking. You should immediately be tapping the screen or getting to see what's happening. Right? You're not collecting any information right now. So you finish the wave, and now you have to make the decision. Do I get plates or do I roam? But you haven't peeked at what's happening a single time, right? So now you're kind of peeking for the first time for like, there's no way you understood what happened there. I didn't even understand it. It was like half a second. Not even half a second. It's like a glimpse. But I guess you're seeing that your team's getting destroyed and that you can't roam. So I guess you did understand what's happening because you turned back.
Yeah, but I definitely could have saved time if I looked earlier.
Yeah, you waste like 5 to 6 seconds. You probably could have gotten like a few more auto attacks on the turret.
Yeah, that's true. Look at them pinging me, by the way. I feel like
this is my fault. This is not your fault, by the way. I made an entire video today where I just went off on my team like expecting me to follow stupid roams for no reason. Yeah, and telling you to move. Do not move. You did the right thing. Oh, good. Full mute. Perfect.
Yeah, mute him immediately.
What would have been better though was not wasting time and just immediately going to the turret. Like, it might not matter this time, maybe you get the same amount of platings, but it might matter in the future, you know, in a different situation. And here, this is a little greedy, I think, depending on how the enemies play the objectives. It's probably fine. Right. I think after this, you should just back. Now you're wasting like a lot of time auto-angling the turret for no reason when you can't realistically get another plate, right? And you probably want to base before the objective, but I guess it's fine if you don't. It's only like 35 AP and 10 ability haste. Okay, so you just trade. Unfortunately, your team doesn't know that Herald is a million times better. Because I think your team would have the advantage if you fought right now too.
Maybe it's because they saw Nautilus mid lane and assumed that we were already at it. Because Thresh didn't go to Heralds. I don't know.
No. I mean, they also have rotated. Like, this is a challenger level game. You expect a little better, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's really, really hard because they're going to get first turret mid. You're zoned out completely.
Yeah.
You have to go top. Or do
And
whatever.
Zoe, like,
Yeah.
losing your mid tower versus Zoe, this made it
Yeah.
so difficult for me to play from here on out.
Do you know how impossible it would be for Zoe to play without her mid tower too? Like, she wouldn't be able to walk up to the wave at all. So it's really into that your team decided to get Ocean Dragon instead of Herald, but...
I agree.
It is what it is. We can only improve on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're in a
Actually,
weird
like,
situation. Go on.
You're gonna see, I think, in the game after this one, I kind of int for Herald because, you know, I'm tired of my junglers not wanting it.
Oh no.
Try to go for like a hero play and steal it, and I think that's what loses. Well, we'll get to it, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
I realize how useful it is, and it makes it so much harder when I lose my tower.
I completely agree with you, but I don't know if if like the solution to that is to contest Herald while your team does Dragon.
Yeah.
You're now in a weird situation where ideally you probably want to look for a rotation with someone. So you can maybe go side lane, they can go mid, but... Okay. Now you have to go mid, again clean up the wave, while Zoe gets a free roam.
Yeah. Like, what can I do here, really? I mean, maybe should I just...
I mean, now you
Yeah,
can
my
roam.
jungler
Now
died.
now this is really risky for you. If Darius comes here, you're dead 100% by the... Because, I mean, maybe you can escape with like your ultimate and flash, but it would be bad for you, right? Maybe you survive, but it would be bad. When you don't have a turret and you're playing Akali, it's really hard to overextend for the second tier. Like in this type of situation, you should look for a roam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, do you think then I should have been with my duo lane here?
Yeah, so there's something we haven't talked about much because I never had a situation like this where I'm coaching you. But when you do lose your first tower this early to Herald, you can't really be going for the enemy tower as Akali. Because one, if Darius comes here, I think it's flash, not ghost, but he can definitely run you down. You're gonna have to use ultimate and flash to escape, most likely. Especially if Zoe's here. So you're not gonna be able to do a lot of damage to this turret, right? It's fine to get a couple of like the first few plates, but on the third plate and onwards, it's not worth it for you to try and go for this. It's better to just roam and look for plays so that you can like destroy one of the enemy turrets and try to swap as well. So right here, I would 100% say go top lane, especially considering they're overextended. Right. Your jungler is pinging to go to it. Like you have the advantage right now. Like you push the wave. It's Zoe that has to be here to defend, right? So even though I'm the plates lover, right? I'm the one to tell you to go for plates all the time. In this situation, it was definitely a roam angle. Yeah, and Darius ends up being here. So if you were there right now, it would make a massive difference.
Yeah, 100%. Now, if Varus was unmuted and he played me here, I think he'd have a point.
Yeah, and this one, he's probably right. But he smurfed it. He got a triple kill. So your team still won it, I guess? But I'm sure you being there would be better than you not being there.
Oh, this is my fault. And I can't get her.
Oh, your pathing is so bad. So once you see this... You need to path way better. You need to like either be hugging the wall here and moving up here, or taking the tri-bush. You're running like he's gonna escape. He's not gonna escape here. He's not gonna run down. Yeah, your pathing here is really bad. Oh no.
I'm not gonna do it, but
yeah, all you had to do, you didn't even need to go through try. If you just hugged the wall here, worst case scenario, you'd need to flash ult for her. Yeah, but the whole situation is bad. Like, after this, you should just roam. Like, definitely go for the first couple plates, but after that, roaming will usually have more value this late into the game, right?
I think part of the reason I made that mistake is because I'm so desperate to like get even with them and get their mid tower. But, I mean, with the plating still up...
Also, at this point, you shouldn't roam. At this point, it's over. Because best case scenario... Zoe will clean up and you'll get Zoe. So the best you can do is get one kill here. When you can get the free turret mid because the plates are going down. So at this point, I think just stay mid. Like, it's already way too late. So it's not just a bad decision, it's like making the good decision late is worse than making any decision, you know? Because you can either choose at this point, oh, okay, I cleaned up the wave, I can roam, or I can take turret, right? But you commit to the turret angle, and now it's too late for the roam. Like, now the play has already happened. They've done their 3v3, you're not there, whatever. You see Zoe roaming, you have a wave now, so you push the wave, and now you're going to follow Zoe to maybe get one kill, which you still fuck up with your pathing, but you could have taken mid turret, which would open up the map and give you guys more opportunities.
Yeah. And even if I kill Zoe there, right, because their respawn timer, their duo lane would be back before I can even take that tower if I kill her.
You wouldn't be able to do anything. When you can just take the free turret mid.
I think the game is lost right there in that decision.
Oh no, it's still fine. I think this is still super fine, because like Varys still got the triple kill, right? Like they're still somewhat even. But it could have been a lot better. Okay, he's just inting. Yeah, good job. That was really, really good. Punish ADCs for walking up in the side lane. This will teach them to go mid lane earlier.
Yeah.
So we can have the side lane for ourselves as well. Oh, now your support is trolling. Yeah, your ADC should be mid here, but he's not. I don't know what your support is doing. I hate when supports just do things by themselves. Like, you're playing support, you're supposed to support your team, not 1v1 Zoe.
Got a clear wave. Like, I've seen like enchanters trying to clear waves. Like, bro, just go be with somebody.
Just follow someone around, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you do a good roam, or at least you're in a good position for it. You just don't have your ultimate. Oh, great first ability, or a third ability. You're fucked though. Okay, nice. Oh no! She's the worst support ever.
Died there. There's no way.
She's like 90% slow and he can hit the hook. That sucks. That was a decent roam, but you didn't have your ultimate, right? So, I mean, you did best you could. Yeah, so now that's the thing with Rift Herald, right? You didn't, they got Rift Herald and you got Dragon, right? And now you're too far behind because of the Rift Herald and you can't contest the second Dragon. So you're never gonna get 3 dragons anyway. And they're gonna get Infernal while you get Ocean. I don't think you should give. I think you should fight this, to be honest. Because worst case scenario, you guys lose and you go further behind. But the good case scenario is so worth it because you're gonna threaten the 3 dragons that it's worth to take this fight. It's not like you're far behind.
Well, wait. I want to see that scoreboard again.
Yeah, me too. I want to see that gold.
Aurelia is so behind.
Oh, is she?
Or I don't know. I think in general we're so behind. That's why we didn't contest.
Man. You barely tapped. I know you didn't see anything. Okay. There we go. I mean, you're even in gold, so... Aurelia is behind for like 1k, but you guys are even. And you guys are all on like 2 item power spikes. I guess Kha'Zix is the one who said give, and he's the one that doesn't have his 2 item power spike.
Maybe we could contest. I mean, we all have ult.
We
all have flash up.
I think this would be a good fight. And you want a team fight with your comp too. You have like Varys ulti. I'd contest, to be honest. Yeah. Especially considering that you got the first dragon. But the jungler said leave. The leader of the friend group said leave. So you leave. But you still get like third. You still get some gold for it. It's not bad. And you get enemy jungle.
This jungler, by the way, is I've been doing with him. He's my friend, so he's probably gonna learn a little bit from this too.
No, I mean he's been playing pretty decent this game so far. Like that really decision to leave the dragon or not, it's like I'm hindsight ending, right? I don't know what the feel is like in game because I feel like that plays a big role, and you can really see that when you're looking at the VOD. Like you don't know what the vibes were like in the game. Okay, he should be dead 100%. Oh, Darius is here too though. Okay.
How broken is Akali? Oh.
Okay, you're kind of trolling here, but you survived. Good. Yeah, how broken is Akali? You didn't even need your R2. Okay, what happened here? How did this not work out? How did they just 2v3? Look, did theirs just 1v9? With Nautilus coming?
know
Yeah.
why I did that R2. I was like trying to confirm a kill that was already. I
I
don't know, it was
mean,
so troll.
this is 100% your support trolling again, by the way. Like, there's no, like, I don't know why he's just walking around with Varus instead of being in this fight, but it's whatever.
Mhm.
You played this well.
So this is still super winnable, right?
Oh yeah, this is still
0-8.
winnable. Like, you have a super fat Varus, and they have like bad champions against Varus. Like they have a big front line against AP Varus. Like, this is super fine. This is not ideal though. You don't want to be side lane against Urgot. Urgot's gonna smash you in the side lane. Oh, and Varus just died somehow. Oh, he just got one shot by Zoe. That sucks.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing we could do about that, right? I'm just waiting here to like for the minions to be.
To
Like,
be
able to,
honest,
like,
this might be one of those games where like you played well, it just felt bad because there was nothing you can do.
That's why I said I think like personally, from what I could have done, it was lost at that failed roam at the turret.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, now it's a disaster of a game. Like, there's nothing you can do, to be honest. Like, now it's lost after that Baron. But I'm just skipping forward to see if there's any important moments that...
because, well, like if we think about, yeah, there's nothing we can do about Varus getting one shot by Zoe there, but Zoe being that strong is kind of my fault, right? Because I didn't match her roam at that one point of the game. She shut him down.
The one really bad decision you made, I guess we did go over. After that, your team just played really bad. But that shouldn't have been the end of the world. Like, like, your team should have still played better, but you should have played that situation better. But now it's really doomed. You guys are just gonna get poked down and destroyed. Maybe after Death Cup you can take over a team fight, but let's see how you play a team fight at least.
Oh, this was bad.
Oh, jeez. To be honest, I don't hate the idea. The execution was kind of bad.
Well, look how like disjointed everyone is.
I mean, you're trying to get in the back line, right? So this is kind of fine, I guess. But it should have probably happened like you just get one shot though. They're just too strong, I guess. He has like fourth shot, right? Jeez.
Yeah, I can't really play like to clean up because I
Yeah.
get them low, and I can't play to like blank because.
I mean, I think you did the best you could under the circumstances. The main issue with this game was just this like one macro play. That's the only thing you did like pretty bad. But it seems like there just wasn't a lot you can do this game. Like, it was only like this part where here you definitely shove. Like, now, especially because you see your jungler going to it, right? Your jungler is like pinging, like stuff's happening here. You should be like moving to it. This would be the correct play. What you do here is not the end of the world. But then again, you chase for no reason instead of getting turret. Now you should definitely be getting turret. But that was the main thing. I think I actually played pretty well this game other than those things. So I'll just go right into the other one.
The missed solo kill opportunity on Zoe, right?
Oh, I mean, yeah, but that's more like... I'm never going to get mad stuff like that. That's like weird niche champion knowledge that you're going to slowly build with experience. But it's good to point it out so like next time you kind of know too.
Right.
Like when you're in the Zoe matchup... When like you freeze the wave, she's gonna look for that first ability ulti to clear the wave, and that's your chance to just all in her.
Got it. So in this one, I remember you told me that Fizz does win this matchup.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. And I definitely saw why in this one. It's not like a hard loss to him, but I realized that even if I kill him once he's like 5. It's really hard to kill him without trading 1-for-1 because of his ultimate just like completely destroys you.
After 5 you just have to somehow dodge his ultimate and then you can beat him. You can't really ult on him because he escapes too easily. Especially in mid lane, right? Imagine he's in the middle of the lane and you ult him, he just uses his 30 ability and he's back under turret and he's safe, you know? Like, you have no kill pressure on him, but he has a lot of kill pressure on you. If he hits the ultimate on you, you're gone, right? Like a max range ultimate. But before 5, you can definitely punish him. Because he's forced to walk up to last hit, right? So you can punish him pre-5. Like, this is really good. You have already started the lane very, very well by freezing it here. Now you can even look for a kill level 3 considering what this wave looks like. If you play well. Okay, that's not great. Okay, that's not great. Okay, that's not great whatsoever though. Jesus. Okay, so
Uh-oh.
you whiff your first ability. Then you go melee range with him for the next one. Because I guess you're feeling insecure about it. So he trades back. And then you miss another one. You haven't even procced the electrocute. Like you could have killed him here. Like imagine if electrocute procced and you had 2 more first abilities and ignite. Right? Yeah. Like you've played level 1 so good that he's so doomed right now. Like if I was this Fizz, I would be crying. I wouldn't even walk up because I knew it would be doomed. I don't know what I would have done.
So like right here in this like freeze frame, what would you do?
I would walk up and use my first ability, but I would walk up further so I hit it.
Maybe drop the W so I actually catch
like,
up.
First of all, I would just wait.
Just spaces me out.
I would wait a little bit until he goes to basic attack these minions. So when he goes to basic attack them, that's when I would do my combo. Because he's like focused on the minions, right? But even now, if you hit that one, it would still be good.
Oh man.
Like, ideally he probably lives if he uses his third ability properly, but it would be close, you know? Like, you should definitely have at least one destroyed and taking him out of lane. But it's not, I guess, the end of the world.
I have a quick question. What order does Fizz usually level his abilities? Because it always kind of catches me off guard. Because I feel like he's kind of flexible with it, right?
So against ranged, pretty much always third ability first. However, against melee, you can start with your second ability to look for level 1 trades. But by level 2, you have your second and third abilities. Pretty much always.
I see.
So like level 1, he might have his second or third ability. If he wants to trade with you, he'll third ability is usually best level 1 to be honest, but taking your second ability for like a cheese trade is fine too. I mean, now you can just try and look for a third ability. He'll probably dodge with his third ability if he's good, but even right here, you could be throwing it good. Oh, attack him. Nice. Perfect. And this all, by the way, this was all won from level 1. It was right here that the game was literally, like the lane was already won from this mistake that he's gonna make right here, where he just attacks it. And I think I've drilled into your head for you not to do this when you're playing a melee champion, because the worst thing when you're playing a melee champion is for the wave to be frozen next to the person's turret. Because you just can't play. Like the game, now it's already done. This lane's already over if you're Fizz. He's already completely destroyed it. This like solo kill is the consequence of him pushing the wave level 1. But it's good that you actually punish, because you failed the punish before, but you got it this time. Okay, but again, this lane won't be easy, right? Okay, let's see. He actually ults you here. Yeah, you have bone. Definitely they need to flash, to be honest, because you have bone plating, and that's what's saving you here. If you didn't have bone plating, you were dead. And that's that's not even max range.
Yeah, since it hit me so close, I definitely wasn't dead, right?
Yeah.
Also, I could have played that way better.
You have killed him here, by the way. Because he used his third ability aggressively. He doesn't have the damage for it. Like, you would just take his third ability, which would leave you like 150 HP, and then he only has auto attacks. And you can be in your shroud killing him. Because now he can't see you. He used his ulti way too early. Like, if he doesn't one-shot you in your ulti, you have, like, chances.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, this is a disaster. I mean, this is just the enemy jungler playing really well, to be honest. So the main issue, right? There's no reason for you to walk up here. And this is what caused all of this. Right? Again, this is exactly the mistake he did, right? Look at where the wave is. You can't walk up this close when you're playing a melee assassin, right?
So what should I do? Like, I should just wait right there until...
Just do anything else. Literally anything else. Like, you can go drop... This is a perfect time where you can go and drop a pink ward somewhere. You can go ward the top tri bush or the top pixel bush. You can look for a potential roam. Just going out of vision, so Fizz has to ping you're missing, is something, you know? Because he's forced to ping, oh, missing. Akali could be roaming, you know? But the last thing you should be doing is just walking up for nothing, right? There's no minion there, there's nothing. You're just walking up to attack him and trade with him. But you don't have the space to trade with him.
Rude. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah.
So now you waste your ulti. This is actually a pretty big mistake because now you've wasted everything and you have a big wave pushing into you. And the enemy jungler is a good player because he sees that and he's like, oh, perfect. I'm going to get a free kill and Akali's going to lose all these minions.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So similar with the mistake Fizz did, you did a mistake that, like now in this situation, you're like, oh, well, jungle, therefore the enemy jungler is a smurfer, right? Which, yes, he is. He played well, but he's only able to do this because you inted before. And now they're going to get all these platings, you're going to miss all this farm, and it all boils down to you walking up for absolutely no reason. Like, even if there was a minion here that's low HP, walking this far up, without knowing where the enemy jungler is especially, is always going to be somewhat risky. Right?
Yeah.
But now you did it with no minions, no nothing. The wave is slow pushing into you, right? 2 minions versus 1 minion, and this is a cannon minion too. So it's going to push into you. All you have to do is wait. So going back to what you could have done, again, 3 different things that you can do. Ward, fake roam, literally hide out of vision so that he has to ping that you're gone. And like scare the enemies a bit. Pressure them.
So that's versus like melee champs in general, right? Because I'm thinking like it would be the same if it was Aurelia, Katarina.
I mean, it's anyone who can kill you, right? I mean, it just, usually ranged champions don't have the burst to kill you, but even if like a fed Veigar has the ability to kill you, whatever champion can kill you right here, you can't walk up. Or at least damage you 90% of HP, which is what Fizz did, right? Because the problem is you can't even fight back. Like, Fizz is doing whatever he wants here because you can't fight back. Like, what, you're gonna ult him here? You're gonna go under turret and get completely destroyed. So, even if you didn't die here, it would still be a bad play, right? You'd still be under turret with super low HP. It would still not be a good play.
Would it still be a bad play if, let's say here, when he dashes through me and I use my ult, what if I hold my E until his E is gone and I land it and then I kill him? Is it still a bad play to walk up there? Like right here.
Yeah.
If I hold my E.
So what can happen here is you can kill him, right? However, if he's a good player, he's not gonna continue this fight after you ulted. Right now he should just E away, to be honest, or just doesn't matter what he does, he can't kill you. Right? Especially after you flash away, like there's no way he can kill you, right? You can maybe kill him here if he plays bad, but he can't kill you anymore. He could never really kill you. But the problem is he's gotten you low enough that Kha'Zix is gonna dive you no matter what, right?
Yeah, true.
Like if this was me and I made theoretically the mistake of walking up, I wouldn't flash here, I would just fight him and look for a kill.
Yeah, true.
But
I can even E-flash his, you can save flash and E-flash after he dashes away with his E.
I don't know why you flash, you just kind of panicked.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you ult and then you flash for, like there's nothing, he's not doing anything to you, you know? Like he'll just ult attack you maybe, but he doesn't have the damage to kill you, especially through bone plating.
True.
No. But the main mistake was just walking up, and it's like a careless mistake that you make on autopilot, right? Walking up for a trade for no reason.
Yeah.
But that cost you a lot. You missed a bunch of... You're behind in gold now after getting a solo kill, right?
I think that probably lost the game too.
I don't know if it lost the game, but I definitely damaged your lane. Okay, so Kha'Zix doing a troll invade, but you're not looking at it. Oh, and now you see your third ability. Okay. Well, in this situation, I don't know if you just didn't see it, but once Kha'Zix appears here, you should at least look. But you can definitely... You see where my cursor is, right?
Yeah.
On the map. You could walk to close this off, in case he tries to escape from there. So after this minion, I would just walk up.
The reason I didn't, and maybe you'll tell me why like this is wrong, but I didn't because it's... My wave is... Fizz's wave is slow pushing out, and so if I go block his trail, I'm gonna lose these minions, right? And Fizz has prio, so he can cut me off if I try to cut that off. If that makes sense.
Fizz does not have prio because he does not have his ulti. You kill Fizz here if he steps up to you, right? Because you have more consistent, like your full combo is gonna kill him without ultimate. His full combo is not gonna kill you without ultimate. But after this minion, you will definitely lose this minion, but it's gonna be worth to cut off the Kha'Zix. right?
But I also don't have ult. So what if I walk there and Kha'Zix just jumps over the wall and they Fizz and Kha'Zix collapse on me?
I mean, you have your second ability, you'll be fine. Like, Fizz doesn't have ulti. Like, worst case scenario, nothing happens, right? You just miss a minion. But you should definitely be looking to go. Like, now you could hit the third ability on Kha'Zix, he's somewhere in this bush, and get a free kill. And your team is right here to support you. But it's not the end of the world. Worst case scenario, nothing happens, which is what happened. Like, let's say that we just missed the third ability. This would be the outcome again.
Yeah.
But in general...
Playing, like, too scared at this point,
yeah. Like, he's very close. Like, he's by himself under inside your jungle, right? Like, you should be looking to collapse when your team is collapsing. You don't have to roam all the way to top lane. It's like a few steps. Like, you're just coming... It's like your lane, right? It's just a few steps.
True. Yeah.
Oh, this actually goes in. Oh, you should win this trade really hard. Oh, no.
Well, even if that landed, I don't think I can kill him.
To be honest, in this situation, because I know he doesn't have ult yet, I would literally tank the third ability just to be on top of him. So, like, I would walk up to where he's walking up and just tank it, just so I can, like, get a better trade on him. But I don't know if that would be worth it. Actually, that might not be worth it. I might be inting you there.
Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting for my ult to come back up.
Yeah. I think his ult is slightly quicker cooldown than yours. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, now you're again in the situation where, yeah, he's going to ult you. Okay, now you ulted aggressively, which is nice. But unfortunately, the turret.
Kind of worth because the wave, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is worth, but... And it's always worth when you're behind to get these 1-for-1s. No. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what I mean. When you don't have ulti, when neither of you have ulti, you have, like, the advantage. Oh, perfectly played. Nice. Yeah, like, because all Fizz can do is one-shot, right? If he can't one-shot, there's nothing he can do. He's just useless.
Oh, so walking up there was, like, it's okay because...
Well,
neither of us
first of all, he doesn't have
so
ulti, right? So even if Kha'Zix is here, you just click your second ability and you're fine. Right? You're not worried about anything here. In the previous situation, and you have your jungler behind you, you have a pink ward on the side, you're hugging, like, you're safe here. On the previous situation... First of all, in the previous situation, you're only level 5, right? That's 2 minutes into the game, too. You have vision here, but you're not hugging it, right? You're not down here. You're in the middle of the lane, and there's no jungler that you see. Like this, if Darius was around here, this might still be fine, because after this, let's say Darius is on Raptors, you can ping him to come help you from the dive, right? If Darius is around, this is okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, if, let's say that he's a Raptors, right? And Kha'Zix shows up, Darius is right here, he can maybe flash in, he can walk up and get the Fizz. Like, there's other things that can happen. That's why these, like, situations are not exactly similar, and you're allowed to kind of walk up a little more.
Gotcha.
Let's skip it.
So definitely still winnable.
Yeah, like, this situation is a little different because you have this guy behind you. And also Fizz does not have ulti, which is massive because that's how they see you inside your shroud. Okay, there's just... What the fuck? Okay. That was the weird... Like, I don't know why your bot lane is not moving. They're just chilling there while Darius is running to Dragon. Anyway. We'll focus on you, not your teammates. And now a weird Herald fight is happening, but you're chilling because you have ultimate for this now. So this should be a good fight for you guys.
You'd think so.
Yeah, you guys are... Like, this is so forceful up here. Like, just start the Herald and let them walk into you. Don't chase them in the jungle. And now Pyke is gonna come and it's over. Never mind.
This is a disaster. Yeah, no.
Yeah, now you're way too far up. You guys need to run. I mean, you have to give it. You can't fight this. Oh, you fight it anyway.
This one I told you I'm trying to make the hero plane.
Oh, I see. I mean, you're just 4v5. Like, yeah, there's just a sub difference, but like the Soraka needs to be basing now. She cancels her base. Look at this. She cancels her base so she can like get a few more XP and gold. And because of that, Pyke is gonna come. She won't come, and it's a 4v5 or a 3v4.
Yeah.
So what should you have done though, knowing this, right? Run. You do not win this fight under any circumstances. Like, unless you just become the best player in the world suddenly and just completely 1v4 this fight, which I don't even think the best player in the world could do.
I think I was also trying to force it just because this is the doubled first objective for them, like take, and
Yeah.
it just feels so bad for them to do that.
It does feel bad, but what feels more bad is them getting the objectives and getting 3 kills on top of that. Like, I mean, this is like something a bronze player can tell you, right? They have 4 champions, you have 3 champions, you can't fight. Like, it's unfortunate because your support really, really trolled, but it is what it is. Like, there's not much you can do about it. And inting and suiciding makes it 100 times worse because now they have Herald and they have the freedom to do whatever they want. They're gonna get 5 plates bot. Fizz is gonna push down mid.
Yeah.
Okay, he's actually trolling because the wave is like paused, so he can't actually get any plates. He still gets at least 2 plates, I think, or 1 plate. But he still gets, I think, 1 plate, and he still pushes in the wave. So you guys, you just went down like 2,000 gold, maybe more from this play. So it's a complete disaster. Now it's just over. Especially like,
nah, it's probably just over.
They also have Kazakhs and Fizz versus like Soraka. Like, Soraka is not gonna have a fun game. Yeah, you go side lane, which is good, but the problem now is that you don't even win. You don't beat anyone in the side lane. Like, I think the only people you beat is this duo. You're not gonna beat Fizz and you're not gonna beat Aatrox. Honestly, if I was you here, I would just be going in and looking for a hero play. Because you can maybe outplay them 2v1. I don't like, you can definitely kill the Jhin and get out if you play it well.
Yeah, it's kind of just waiting for my.
No. Now some kind of weird fight is gonna happen here. It's a 4v4, but I don't see how you guys win this. Oh, they played really bad, but you haven't done any damage. And now you don't have ulti. Yeah, Pack doesn't have ulti, so maybe you guys can do something. And they wasted everything, but you don't have engage either. Like, your comp is so bad, by the way. Like, your only engage is Darius Hook. That's not an engage. Yeah, this game is just so doomed from here on out. Now, that's the thing with Wild Rift too. 1 or 2 mistakes just completely doomed the game.
Yeah. So I mean, aside from, I feel like I should have known the Herald one was a huge int, but aside from that, it was mostly from the lane mistakes, right?
Yeah, which is weird because you played the lane well, but you made one. The thing is,
Just
like,
walking up, yeah.
past the lane, you're still even after that mistake, right? But that mistake is what's stopping you from not just being even, being super far ahead, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you notice my games, but I'm always not just even, I'm ahead because of these tiny little plays. Like, you still mechanically play the matchup well, so you still beat the Fizz, you still even beat the Zoe, I would say, but it's tiny little mistakes like that that stop you from being super far ahead.
Caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't even have the chance to carry because you're not ahead, you're like even. I don't know if you would carry if you got like a 2,000 goal lead with Fizz. We'd have to see. I trust that you would.
I mean, this is.
I mean, now it's. I mean, I don't know. I would have taken it, to be honest. Like, when I fall this far behind, I always go for crazy plays.
Yeah, I feel like I would one-shot him, actually. I should have just went for it.
You may probably trade 1 for 1, to be honest, but. Yeah, now Dragon's gonna spawn, you're obviously not gonna get it. At this point, what you should be doing when you're this far behind, until they nerf it, definitely be going for objective bounties. They're so broken. Like that turret top lane, your main goal right now should be to get that turret. But...
Yeah, but
like,
that's also hard when they have like this much map pressure.
Obviously, it's super hard, but that's like your only way of coming back, kind of. Like, getting these bounties actually gives so much gold. I'm just gonna fast forward to the team fights to see if maybe there's something coachable there too. But it seems like this game is just a disaster, so I'll probably just go back and review the few things that you could have done better. Yeah. Also, super broken versus Fizz going stasis, but obviously you want to finish your first two items beforehand, and the game's already over, so. Also, getting stasis when behind feels really bad, because you have to waste 1,000 gold for no stats.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you remember a long time ago, I sent you like that Zed clip, and I asked you, how do I avoid taking damage from Zed like that? And it was pretty much the same issue. It's just literally just walking up. I feel like,
Oh, I do remember. You're just walking up and just tanking his combo for no reason. Just WEQ
yeah,
Z combo. Yeah, this is kind of similar, but worse in a sense. In a sense, because you had the lane pretty much won at that point, and it's for some reason walked up to do a bad trade against him. And even though he still couldn't kill you because of how far behind he was, uh, Kha'Zix played really well to come and clean up there. That's a mark of a really good jungler.
hmm yeah,
Oh, you said he was is he the pro player you were talking about? Type?
yeah, that's
Code
yeah,
type Day
Type.
Roy?
He's really good.
Yeah. Well, it shows because that's something that like only good junglers would spot. Because he's taking away, like he's adapting. He had a path in mind, but he saw, oh wait, look, Akali fucked up. She's under turret with no second ability. I'm just gonna come get a free kill and completely ruin her lane because she's gonna lose all the minions under turret too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's go back to that because that was actually the main issue, and I want to go even before that happens to kind of see what the jungle pathing looked like and what your options were at like all points during that. Okay, so you're recalling. You leave the wave off in a really good spot because it crashes, right? The whole point why we push before recalling is not only because the minions are going to kill the turrets, but because the wave is going to bounce back to us no matter what, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now the next wave also starts getting hit by the turret. Like, this is a wave that will bounce back to you. You actually see Kha'Zix in the top side too.
Yeah, I already have in mind like that cannon and caster. I'm gonna use it to freeze.
Yeah.
Like I already.
So, even here, to be honest, because I know that Kha'Zix is somewhere here, we just saw him, I wouldn't walk up to first ability this. I would use my third ability to farm this while hugging bot side. Like, even this might be a little risky. Because he has ulti right now. He just got ulti. He could ulti immediately. Kha'Zix was, like, right here, by the way. I don't know if you saw him. We probably didn't because it was only for, like, a split second. Yeah. But you can see him up here doing Skull Crab. So he's doing Skull Crab right now. So even this is really dangerous, but this isn't. I'm not sure where Kha'Zix is. I'm assuming he's doing Raptors. He probably saw this and stopped doing Raptors and started coming over.
I think I also walked up because he was still level 4 when I walked up, and I was not paying attention to the fact that it was about. I mean, that's the cannon, right? He's gonna get 5 off that. I wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah, and now it's now it's a bit of a disaster. Cause, God, you missed so much. Like, I'm counting the minions that you lost one. Let me see. Do you get any? Okay, no, you missed it, but you get the XP for it. 1, 2. Oh, so you get 1 melee, two ranged, and 2 cannon minions that you just lose. That's like 200 gold and all of the XP for it too. And he also got the XP from killing you. Now he's almost 6, even though he was 4 like a second ago, right? And when you come back to lane, you're like 5.5. You just hit 6. I guess we can't really see him, but okay, let's go like an even spot. Yeah, he's like half a level ahead of you after getting solo killed, right?
Yeah.
And you don't click tab enough to see the gold disparity, but okay, I guess you do. So it's 200. You're 200 gold behind, even though you guys solo killed because of the 200 gold is just the minions you lost on their turret, right? Which is also XP. So that just put you so far behind. You don't have like agency in the matchup anymore. You still kill him.
Yeah.
Because you're just built different, but.
I have a question also. When you play this matchup and you're the Fizz, is there any way like level 1 where it doesn't end up on Akali's side? Because I feel like Akali just has that advantage because Fizz, he starts with his empowered attack, right? And no matter what, he can't trade with you without having the wave push.
Yeah.
towards Akali, right? So she will always have that advantage.
So I would start with my third ability in this matchup. It used to be fine, but they buffed
Oh,
Akali so she can get like more first abilities in level 1. I think before she could only get 1 or maybe 2, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Before it was only one.
Okay, now
Yes,
it's
definitely.
2. Yeah, before I think it was only 1, so it wasn't a big deal, but they did like this buff. Like I think this was actually a
Yeah.
year ago at this point, but that completely kind of changed the level 1 matchup. I would just start with my third ability and try to dodge. Like I would get hit by this, I would auto attack or try to auto attack. Then here I would use my third ability to dodge the second Akali Q, which is kind of predictable because they do it right after the auto attack. So I don't get electrocute procced and I hit my third ability. I think starting second ability is usually fine most melee matchups. However, I found that every time I start second ability, this same thing happens that is happening with Fizz, right? You push
Right.
up the
Yeah.
wave for no reason. You don't even get a good trade most of the time. And just a complete disaster. Another thing that I do sometimes versus Akali, because Akali can never kill you level 1, right? She will never have the damage to kill you ever. So what I sometimes do is I just hard push the wave and ignore her. So I'll just play Fizz, and I'll use second ability on the minion, which if he does right here, it also hits you, by the way. Because it's like a small AoE.
Yeah.
So if you hit that, it will hit you with proc your bone plating. And if you walked up, then I would do auto attack second ability on you, and it would actually be a decent trade. Or I could just hard focus the wave and just base level 1. I actually base level 1 on Fizz very often. Because it's only the first couple levels that really suck for Fizz. So if you can just dodge them, then it's actually a big advantage.
And this is kind of unrelated to this matchup or this VOD, but what do you do versus matchups, for example, Kassadin, where like they're so weak level one, right? And you try trading with them, but when you trade with them, you're obviously hitting their wave, so it ends up slow pushing. You can't really dive because you don't have the damage early to kill him. So he's
No.
just like, farming under his tower. And if you don't trade with him and let the wave push towards you, it feels like you're not really doing what you're supposed to because you're not pressuring him at all. And so it just feels like really
Yeah.
like there's what are you supposed to do? I try to push it and recall, get my item advantage, but then it just
So
feels like a good Castellan player will play so safe, and I don't know what to do.
yeah, I mean there isn't much that you can do by yourself. Usually casting is a problem that needs to be dealt with by your team. So one thing that you can do, but obviously this requires your team, is similar to what this Fizz did, right? Slow pushing a big wave after doing a good trade on him. And your jungler just comes and dives him, your support comes and dives him. That's the ideal scenario playing against Kassadin. Slow push big wave, one shot him under turret. And even if you die for it and you trade 1 for 1 or your support or jungler dies, he gets denied all of this XP and you just slow down his power spike for so long. Like the main goal of Kassadin is to
Yeah,
set him behind early, right? Now in a 1v1, as Akali, there really isn't anything that you can do, to be honest. Like, your best bet is trying not to let the wave push into him and trying to freeze it, or you can crash the wave and let it push into you, and then maybe you can beg your jungler for help before level 5, because before level 5
yeah,
he's super vulnerable for ganks. But junglers nowadays don't really gank before level 5 either, they full clear, right? So to be honest, there's just not much you can do in this matchup to punish him. Like, you're playing Akali, right?
just try to roam
I
into
mean,
other lanes,
your
like
mid
shove and roam.
game, yeah, but your mid game is gonna be way stronger. Like after level 5, you're still gonna be way stronger than Kassadin. So you can
Yeah,
roam, you can look for solo kills if he steps up, but most Kassadins don't step up. They just sway and do nothing. So you can ping to do aggressive plays with your jungler, invades, anything, right? You're playing 4v5 for a while. That's pretty much all you can do against casting without your team assisting you. But ideally, your team would help you, and you wanna like set up opportunities for your team to help you. Especially if you're duo with a jungler, like if you're doing with the Kazakhs, you can do exactly what this visited to you this game. Like,
yeah,
keep the wave there. Like, even right now, let's say that, let's do a little hypothetical. Let's say that you're Kassadin and he's Akali, and he walks up here. You ult him, he ults away, you do your basic combo, even if you don't kill him, you leave him with 30% HP, right? This wave is gonna push, the next wave is gonna push. You ping your jungler, just like this. The jungler comes, you dive, Kassadin misses all of this XP. right?
Mhm.
So that's kind of the way that like you're supposed to deal with him, but you can't count on your team in Wild Rift, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, well, I
also
just need that like
yeah.
confirmation, or
There,
making sure I wasn't missing anything.
not really, not with Akali, unfortunately. Like a good Kassadin should never. I think we actually did review one game where you're playing versus starting on Kassadin, right?
Yeah, but back then, I think I was a lot worse, and
Uh,
so I just
he was making a lot of
didn't
mistakes that you can punish, right? No Kassadin is gonna play
yeah,
perfect, right? They're gonna make mistakes, and Akali is really good at punishing mistakes. So I think like don't just discount the matchup in your mind like, oh, I'm against Kassadin, I guess I just won't do anything. Like
yeah,
they might make mistakes, and you can punish those mistakes. Alright, the clips are
yep.
on Discord, so give me a second to add a new source for Discord so I can record them too.
Gotcha.
So we can look at the clips that you're so proud of.
I swear, I was thinking like, would Royal do this too? And it's like 100% yes.
That good of a
I think
play,
he
huh?
will approve.
I mean,
Yeah.
you definitely see some stuff that I don't see when you play Akali. Because, like, on Akali specifically, you're definitely better than I am. Mechanically as well. Okay, let's see it.
Oh man. And this is versus the same pro jungler too, so I was really proud. But
Yeah, and Lee Sin
yeah,
super
we'll
hard
see.
counters you. With Yasuo too, like, it's doomed. Like, this should be, like, unplayable for you.
Yeah, so the only way to counter it is through macro play.
Oh, you just ignored him on mid?
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I did.
I mean, I respect it, Loki.
You totally just 100% predicted it. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, this is like the best that you can do. Like, this is such an unplayable matchup, by the way. Like, Lee Sin versus Akali, because he can just, especially with Yasuo, because he can just come under turret, kick you out of turret. Yasuo follows up. They always see you inside your thing. So this is unironically really, really good, by the way.
Yeah, so I saw them. I saw Lee Sin coming because I had vision, and I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. And so I see Asol's low. I go get him, and I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? They're gonna get my tower, but I can make a play elsewhere,
And this
and
is
that's what I
like
did.
a checkmate move, by the way, from Lee Sin, because in theory there should be nothing that you can do. But like Asol needs to just leave. you know? That was really good. That was really good. But your jungler needs to also play around that, which most junglers don't do. He should be ready for the counter
Yeah,
gank pretty much every time the Lee Sin is there. But that won't happen most of the time. So this is actually really rough. Did you end up winning that game?
yeah, we did.
Nice.
Because then
Yeah,
the
I'm watching it
second
now.
clip is from that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm not screen
By the way,
sharing
it's
it
not
so you
on
can
this.
see.
Yeah.
Can I screen share Discord? I don't even know. Give me a second. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, can you see?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to the second clip. Alright, farming the Krugs. Good, good, good. Love stealing the jungler's resources. Junglers do not deserve more resources than they get. Okay, someone should be clearing bot wave. Perfect ASOL, so now you're in a 4v5. Never mind. Buff Lee Sin. Oh, I like this. Like here, by the way, like this was a good thought. You didn't really go through with it, but since he's clearing the wave and he wants to join his team, you can kind of just try and cut him off. But it's really hard with that like
Yeah.
vision thing, right? The vision jungle plant. I mean, they're gonna come for. Is this dragon pit? No, it's Baron pit. Never mind.
Yeah. Baron about to spawn. Our jungler dead. I got to do something.
Oh, the Spore Relian Soul. Oh, jeez. Are you gonna take that? No, okay. That was a clean assassination. I'm surprised you
That's
can
pretty
take any
much
of
it.
these. I'll
That's
have
the
to
whole
come.
play.
Catching out the Aurelian Soul. It's not bad.
Yeah, I just thought it was really good because I kind of stopped them from doing Baron, right? But
Yeah.
my question to you was whether it was good or not to stay and do Krugs instead of helping my Kha'Zix who's getting invaded.
What? Where is that? Oh, here? How are you gonna
Yeah.
help the Kazakhs? It's in the other side of the map.
Yeah, but I stayed to do Krugs, so what if I recalled earlier?
Yeah, but now you're just predicting that they're gonna go for this invade, you know?
Yeah, true.
Which, I mean, even then, it's not like your job. Like this is definitely not on you. This is on the other 3 people that were around him. Like Senna could have helped him. It's not your job to help there. And his positioning should have helped him. He should not be getting one shot like that.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, if you have any questions, by the way, now's the time to ask. But the main things that you should take away from this session are the roaming, right?
Mhm.
Let me screen share this again. So it should be the roaming and the walking up for no reason. But I think now you understand more about the walking up for no reason, why it's bad, like on a deeper level. And maybe you can abuse the same thing when the enemies do this mistake, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I do that to people all the time. It's
Yeah.
just
This,
it
this is like
caught me
the
off guard.
ultimate way of winning your lane, by the way. The ultimate way of winning your lane is slow pushing a wave and then diving the enemy. Because then they miss all these minions and it's so over.
Yeah.
This is extremely easy to do in the Baron lane. That's why like Baron laners complain all the time. Especially like in League. In Wild Rift this isn't that common because people don't know how to slow push waves into dives. But in League this is the main reason Baron laners complain. Because it's so easy to just slow push a big wave into dive. Which kind of what was happening on the Yasuo and Lee Sin game, right? On the clip that you showed me, but you avoided that by just leaving.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't leave here, so it's ideal that you're never caught in a situation where you're 30% HP with no second ability, right? Under turret, with all these minions here. But this was the main mistake. This game, the other game, again, you know, it was the roam into hesitating into and then roaming, but then the pathing being really bad. I think you definitely need to practice a little more your information collection too, which is something that you've definitely gotten better with. The more that we've
Yeah,
more
I
sessions
kind of
we've
like
done.
you saw I panned my screen kind of like half-heartedly because I know I
Yeah.
should, but I'm not actually taking in information. So I do need to practice
And
that
at
for
least you're building
sure.
the habit of like looking, but now you need to start building a habit of like seeing what's happening and making decisions based on that. Because even on the other game where I told you should have cut the Kazakhs right in the jungle, to be perfectly honest, maybe that's not the right decision, but I didn't have the information to make the right decision
Right.
because you didn't look at him a single time. I don't know if he's used his third ability. I don't know if he's used his ultimate, you know? You looked a bit once when he came in, but then you're like, no, I'm just not going. You made your mind up and you stopped looking for information.
Mhm.
Which I think you probably could have killed him, to be perfectly honest, if you just walked in here and cut him off.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you actually. I could have.
I think your decision making has gotten a lot better. Like, you still make a few, like on the Zoe game where you hesitated for the roam. I think now what you need is to get better at collecting information so you can make the right decisions, right? A lot of the issues with your decision making is that you didn't collect information. So, are you
Mhm.
seeing my screen, by the way?
Yeah.
Like right here, the main issue isn't that you're not following a roam or you're not doing something. You're not Okay, this is actually the previous clip. This isn't the one I meant to show. But even here, you should be collecting information on what you should do. Let me go to the one I'm talking about. Okay, it's this one. So here, I think you made the right call to not go, right? But and this is where your Varus flamed you. But you should still be collecting the information, right? And you still see what's happening. You might see what summoner spots are being used, so you have for your information. Okay, so you looked once. Oh, this is where you hesitated, right? So this entire time, while you're farming the wave, you need to be collecting information to decide if you're gonna go or if you're not gonna go, right?
Yeah.
But now that it's time to make the decision, right? You push the wave. Now you have to decide: am I going or am I not going? You don't know yet because you don't know what's happening. So you walk all the way over there. You decide, oh, I'm definitely not going. And now you're pushing the wave. So like you missed out on like 5-6 OTX on the turret.
Yeah, it's true. Like information gathering as the skill in this game for me is still, I think, like very beginner level. Because all I'm looking at is health bars and like numbers and their map position. But I'm not considering really the spells they're using or ultimates and stuff. So yeah, definitely need to practice that.
And again, this is the play where I told you should have roam top. But you're not really collecting the information to know if you should have, right? You should be looking at what spells are being used. You don't even know what the wave is looking, right? What the wave is looking like. You don't know if they're pushing or who's pushing. Like that's super important information to make these types of decisions, right? And here I definitely think you should have roamed. But even if you didn't roam, I think going for this plate is just not great. I think it would be better to try and, now that I'm looking at it again, to try and cut off the Zoe. Because you have this great ward here. And you see the Zoe perfectly. Like, if you just walk into this bush, she can't do anything. She's gonna miss those minions, and you can, like, threaten to kill her. I guess we don't really know where the jungler is, but...
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Oh, he's in their brush, but I didn't know that.
And,
But wait, I forgot if you mentioned this before, but before roaming, is it still good to clear this wave, or do you think I should have gone from base to the duo lane?
no, I think that here you should definitely have cleared the wave. Like, this was good.
Okay.
Like, up to this point, we're good. You clear the wave, now you should roam.
And then, okay, got you.
Or at least, like, cover this area. I think going to, like, the turret, when you're missing a turret and you've already taken the first 2 platings, I think this is just a little greedy. And you're playing Akali, right? You're not playing Jax. You're not going to one-shot this turret. You're not proccing the redemolish. So even just being around here, even if you already walked up for the roam, because hypothetically, right, you already moved after killing these minions. You're already moving to the roam. And Zoe starts to walk back to turret. You can just kill the Zoe. Once you ult on the Zoe, she's dead 100% of the time, by the way. Like, she can't escape you. She has to be under turret or her team needs to help her. Like, she doesn't have any
it's kind of
mobility
hard.
spells,
Like,
right?
she has her sleep, and then
Yeah.
if you get slept and try to flash after her, she'll just take your flash and flash away.
You have already one-shot her at that point. Like, she's not gonna have time to do all of that.
Yeah, actually,
Not versus Akali.
yeah, you're right. True.
She's not gonna be able to ult, pick up your flash, dodge abilities with your flash. Like, she won't be doing any of that.
True.
Alright, well, I guess that's it. Unless you have any more questions that you need me to answer.
No, that's it for now. I mean, yeah, that's super helpful. No questions.
Well, hopefully the people who have been watching this long on the record, they can go and check out your stream. Pablo with an I, WR. Yeah, I will have a link in the description, maybe like a pop-up on the screen before.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Alright. It was nice talking to you, and good luck in your Wild Rift games.